37 people on. This is insane to me. I had like 750 at one point. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Eventually. I'm just here because this is fun and I enjoy it. And I like to see what people have to say. I think that's my favorite thing about being on the campaign trail is having to talk to people. Or getting a chance to talk to people. And having so many different interesting conversations and just getting to meet and hear people's stories. It's interesting because I think one of the saddest things to me is when people just judge you from just right off the bat, have a formed opinion about you. I think that's one of the most irritating things about my race and the way people look at me and assume, oh, you're 19, you've never had a job, you don't have any experience. And it's like, you know nothing about me. I'm not assuming that about you. So, like, it's misleading and it's annoying. It's annoying, if I'm being totally honest. Anyway, can anything be done about the misleading wording on the ballot regarding issue 1? In all honesty, I was not surprised to see the same thing. We saw it last year when we had our special election, and my opponent was actually one of the biggest players in having that misleading language on the ballot, and it's sad because it's not accurate and it doesn't help anything. I don't, in all honesty, I think a lot of that is out of our control, the same way it was with issue 1 last year. There's not really much we can do about it because it's in the hands of Frank LaRose. And we all know about Frank LaRose. And if you don't, look it up. So, anyway, if you're just joining, my name's Paloma. I'm running for the Ohio State Senate. And if you have any political questions, throw them in the comments. Try to keep it political, appropriate. Everyone be an adult. I've been at work all day. I'm not really in the mood for the BS. So. Yeah, misleading language on any ballot. It is criminal. What am I going to do about the issue of gun violence in Ohio? Very good question. Gun violence is always an issue, and it's one of the issues that actually got me into politics in the first place when I experienced the real life fear of what having gun violence be a threat in my classroom would mean to me. And it changed my life forever. It's part of the reason why I'm here, like I said. So I think that when it comes to combating gun violence, cracking down on the laws that we already have in place, making sure that school boards, it is not up to school boards whether or not they want to have guns in their classrooms or not. I think we need to revoke that, as well as just common sense gun legislation. Making sure guns can't get into the hands of people who have previous criminal records or outstanding charges against them. I have been to a shooting range in Ohio just for a fundraiser and also to experience what it was like, and I had somebody walk me through what the process to get a firearm is, to obtain a firearm, and it's way too simple. I'll put it that way. So I think there's a lot of things that we need to do, whether it comes to just following what we already have in place or implementing common sense gun legislation and red flag laws, because the data out there backs up these laws, that they do work, that they combat gun violence, whether it's in our schools or in our homes or on the street. And I think that's a good place to start. I hope I answered your question. If anybody else has any questions, just pop it in the chat. Yes, I do have a website. If someone's interested in donating, you can go to my link in my bio, and yes, there's a couple links in there if you want to check out my other forms of social media or my website too. I'm running for the Ohio State Senate District 2. Should there be laws in the books calling for any? Yeah, well, can't really control if people lie or not. Sorry. Kamala CNN interview recently. I will be honest, I've only seen a few clips of that, so I haven't watched the whole thing. I don't really like to comment on anything if I haven't seen the whole thing yet. And it can be kind of hard to have the balance between, like, Ohio politics and national politics sometimes, especially during the campaign. So can't say I'm up to speed on that one totally. How do you feel about our fragmented media? Somebody asked me about this in the beginning, and I will say I think it's really sad where a lot of journalism has gone, and I think that it's important to have diversity in our media, whether it's social media or classic forms of journalism. But I think we've lost a lot of the integrity. I think journalism has lost a lot of integrity. I hope I answer your question. Yeah, but you can control whether, like, yes, yeah. But the problem is in Ohio we have supermajority, so in the state senate that means out of 32 state senators we have 7 are Democrats and 25 are Republicans. So Republicans pretty much just do whatever they want. We don't really get a lot done. Love it. So that's why I'm running to change that. So if that sounds interesting to you, go check out my website. Up to 41, 40. I would think people would want to be RR on TikTok right now. What's your opinion on Ohio politics shift right during this last decade? It's Democrats' fault. Ohio politics has shifted right because Democrats have refused to invest in rural counties. And rural counties make up a lot of Ohio, more so than our major cities do. And when we stop investing in the types of candidates, we stop funding the good candidates, we veer towards extreme politics that don't resonate with most Ohioans, yeah, we're going to lose. And that's when things have gone right. Makes total sense. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I totally understand it. Hope I answer your question. Got my own feelings about that. Thank you for joining. If you have questions for me, just throw them in the chat. Like I always say, I don't really have it super. Are you getting any help from urban politicians? Don't make me laugh. No, my race is me and only me for the most part. I'm a team of one. It's just kind of how it's gone for me. I am definitely not at all where I thought I would be when I started this. Like, not at all. This has been one of the best and hardest and most interesting and stressful and heartbreaking times of my life, and also the most amazing. It's been really weird. It's just kind of a crazy place to be. I've had some really interesting experiences, so yeah. Whoa. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with everybody's comments. Can't imagine having like 10,000 people in here, which I would absolutely love, but I also feel like I wouldn't be able to keep up with everybody's comments. My expectations are going to depend on whether we still have a supermajority in the state senate or not. Because if we do, I would seek to introduce a lot of different types of legislation and try to push them through. But the problem is we can't get anything done if I can't get Republicans to vote on my legislation. So hopefully we don't have a supermajority, and then we'll be able to get a lot more done. So no, it's based on my district. So unfortunately not everybody can vote for me in Ohio. Although I do seek to represent everybody, not only in my district, but throughout the state. District 2 is like Toledo area, Northwest Ohio. So yeah, I have had some really interesting conversations with both independents and libertarians, and I think that the two-party system, it doesn't really work for our country. I think that now is not the time to explore to veer out of our two-party system because of the crucial turning point that we're at. But I definitely do agree that we should be exploring more outside of that. Other countries like Sweden have 10 parties or something crazy like that. Even if you have a super party majority, do you think you can form a coalition? Yeah, I don't really know. I think it's going to kind of depend on where we land. So yeah, I think there's a lot of possibilities and there's a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, it's really just going to depend on where we land in November. So, yeah. Agreed. Thank you. Greetings. Hello. If you're just joining, go ahead and ask me any questions you'd like. I had some crazy conversations tonight, just a crazy night in general, some crazy experiences, so I just thought I would jump on live to say hi. And also because my phone's dying. And I should definitely go to bed soon. Is that denim? Yeah, my top is denim. Rooting from Texas. Thank you. Appreciate you. What do you recommend other young adults do who want to get involved in their local politics? First, reach out to your local party and see where they're at. I know a lot of places that don't have very strong local parties, and that's an issue, and it can feel really isolating. So regardless of where I end in this election, I'm fully invested in continuing my work afterwards to reach out to young people and try to get young people to run for office and not discriminate based on the chances of them winning or losing their race like some other organizations do. I just want to be an inspiration and a guiding help for young people who want to run for office. And I don't think your support should be wavered depending on whether or not you can win your district or how your district voted in previous elections. Yeah, there is an age limit, but if you're in Ohio, age limit is 18. So